Hi, this is my first ever live on Facebook. I have Sean Loomer here.
What's happening?
He showed me something the other day that I just have to share with you guys. It's regarding enzyme breakdowns and keeping your gut clean. And if your gut is not clean, then this causes most of the inflammation in our body and most of the diseases that we're living with today. So he's going to show you something that just totally blew me away. And if you have any questions or anything after, you can always contact me by Facebook, by my email address, or my phone number. So here you go, Sean.
So this is your first time.
It is.
So
it is.
Can some of you start maybe, I don't know, start hitting one, and can you see us and hear us okay? Okay.
Okay, Karen.
Karen can see and hear us.
Hi, Eddie, Jennifer Weigel. I'm so glad you came on.
Hey, I miss my wife. Yeah, I'm really here working, so I don't want to think anything else.
Eileen's the brains behind.
She is the brains. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about really what you're mentioning, talking about enzymes and dead food and things like that. And
things that we do that we just don't even realize we're doing is what blew me away with all this.
So here's the deal. It's really, really simple. When we cook our food, we kill our food. It's dead.
Okay.
We heat the food and it dies. Enzymes are the life force of food. They're in fresh and living food, like this apple. It's fresh and living.
Right.
And so all the enzymes are here. They're alive. If I cook this apple and make some apple pie, right? It's pretty tasty. Little ice cream. Just kidding.
Come on, you're killing me.
If we cook it, it's dead. Okay, so we want to be giving to our body. So fresh and living food, living food gives life to the body.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So we eat a lot of cooked and processed food. And so here's what happens. I'm going to show you when we kill the life of food, okay, we're kind of taxing the body. All right? Okay, so track with me here. Let me give you an example. I'm going to do a little pudding demonstration. We like to do this to show what we're talking about. Enzymes, plant enzymes, and a full spectrum of them. I didn't really taste that. They break our food down, right? Because they're the key. They're just a key. They just unlock the nutrients in our food. Okay. Whether it's a certain vitamin or mineral or whatever it is. All our foods have carbs and proteins and all these things, right? So all of that. All right, let me move the camera here just a little bit. I want to make sure we can see you. All right, so here's the deal. Enzymes unlock the nutrients in the food.
Right.
Okay? I'm going to show you something. This is snack pack type pudding or whatever brand it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Has anyone... Okay, type 2 if you've ever had a pudding. You've ever eaten one. There's no judgment here. It could have been when you were a kid. Could have been last night. I don't know. Lunchables. Okay. Give me a 2. Who's ever had pudding in their life? Don't shy away. There's no judgment. Well, look, this is just an example of cooked and processed food. So I'm not saying any of you eat pudding. All right. So here it is. I'm going to take a little veggie capsule of these plant enzymes, a little bit of probiotics, but it's more about the enzymes, because that's really what's going to demonstrate what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Okay, you hold this up for me so people can see what I'm doing.
Do you want me to turn it over first?
Well, you know what? Let's do that. Let me show you something. Okay. So you know it's thick. Thick. Yes, Tylene's saying
and
butter,
a lot of times I know I used to eat pudding because I'm thinking, okay, this is a healthy little something snack.
A healthy snack.
Yes.
I love
and
that.
I don't look at the sugars and I don't look at what it's doing to my body and everything.
Okay, so look, I'm stirring. Doesn't matter how hard I stir, how long I stir. It's still going to be thick, gunky, bleh, right?
Right.
It's cooked and processed.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So now, you hold this again. We'll drop it. Here's a little plant enzyme. All right. Okay, I'm gonna just open up this little veggie capsule, put it in here, if I can get it all out. What do you think? Part of it, most of it, and I'm gonna mix it in. Okay, we're gonna stir this up. get that for us. Don't lick your fingers.
Mm.
Okay? This is kind of mimicking the stomach when we eat something cooked and processed, right? So I eat this apple, no big deal. I eat it. Can I eat it?
Yes. Adam.
Adam. Okay, Eve. All right. Here's my apple. Wow, it's a really good apple. Hopefully this apple will start to turn brown.
Well,
if I don't
then
keep
we'll
eating
know
it.
what we're not supposed to be
Make sure your apples change colors, right? You don't want them to be eating fake food.
You want it to oxidize with the...
All right. Okay, so I'm going to stir this in. Stirring. And what's going to happen is it's going to break down what's in here. Not that there's a lot of nutritional value in a pudding, but if there were, you're going to get any of the nutrients. They're going to become available at the cellular level to the body. All right. So when we eat, we're supposed to have energy.
Right.
Do you know that?
No, I don't get it. That's why I just amused.
So when you eat, what happens usually?
I get slumpy.
Slumpy.
And I sit
I've never
in
even
front
heard
of
that word,
TV.
slumpy. I love that word.
TV
Can I use that word from now on? I'm borrowing that word. So you get slumpy.
I get tired.
Yeah,
get
we get tired. You get lethargic. Want to take a
Yeah.
nap? I don't even need to keep stirring this.
No.
Let me just move the spoon. Yep. Set this over here. We'll pour it like this. All right, I'll even pull it with you. Okay, ready? It's up. Here it comes. I'll lower it. And check this out. What do you think of that?
That's amazing. This is why I wanted
Let's do it
you to
again.
see this. Okay.
If I spill it, we got issues. Because
The hostess will kick us out of the house.
That's right. Whenever you do this, do it at someone else's house. Okay.
Now, what amazed me about this is I would eat without doing what he put in there. I would eat this, and then it would sit in my gut, and then I was getting nothing out of any nutrition that this had. By taking that enzyme, it is breaking it down, and then I am able to absorb the nutrition of the food that I'm eating, which just amazed me.
You're an expert.
Yeah.
I love it.
Dr. Jean.
Isn't it simple?
It is. It's very simple, and it's something we don't think about.
And you mentioned something. It's gonna stick in my gut, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it sticks in your gut, or maybe on our butt, right?
Right.
We kind of just feel bleh. That food's going to go somewhere. You want to get every nutrient you can when you eat your food, whether it's good food or not so good food, right? You want to get every available nutrient possible. Let me give you an example. Okay? Have you ever heard of someone being lactose intolerant?
My nephew.
Your nephew.
Mm-hmm.
All that means is your nephew ran out of the enzyme lactase.
Okay.
So his body will no longer, since a baby, he was born that way.
Yes.
And that's the whole trick to all this. See, that's the mystery. He ran out of lactase. It's just an enzyme. That's all that is. That just means his body can't break down milk sugars completely.
Right.
So he's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I ran out of protein enzymes. So I had all this joint pain, call it arthritis, call it whatever you want, because when I ate protein, by my mid-30s, I couldn't break down my proteins to an amino acid.
And so many people have that.
Yeah.
You think arthritis is hereditary.
It stays as
because
uric
it's
acid.
cold outside.
So here's the thing. We have our pancreas is full of all these enzymes. We start our life. We start eating our food. The challenge is, what did our parents eat? What did our grandparents eat? It goes back and back and back.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Jeannie, we just eat, as a society, we've eaten way too much cooked and processed food.
Right.
Our bodies weren't meant to handle all that. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you can't eat cooked and processed food. I'm just saying give your body a chance to break those nutrients down,
right?
Get everything. That's why things start going wrong in the body, because we can't consume. See, look, every time we eat, digestion takes precedent pretty much over everything in our body.
Right.
Right? It's got to say, oh,
I've learned this, yes.
Yes. Well, you know this. Innately, we know.
Yeah.
Because you eat, your body starts working on whatever you're putting in it.
Right.
So when I put this apple in, can I have another bite? Really, it's a really good apple.
I have to force myself to eat
Man, do you like apples?
I don't.
What?
I don't like juicy things.
You don't like juicy things? Man, we're going to have to talk after this. All right. I don't like juices. I got slumpy.
Yeah, juicy.
And no juicy things. You ought to move to Arizona.
Getting to know me.
You don't want anything juicy. Go to Arizona. It's really dry. There's no juice. It's all dried out. Okay. Unlock the nutrients from your food. Okay. That's this. This will digest that little plant enzyme. It's a full spectrum enzyme. It'll digest an entire Thanksgiving meal.
Right.
Okay.
And here's what I want to say. Just because that was pudding doesn't mean that's why that dissolved so quickly. Like Sean just said, a whole Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, think of what we eat: the yams with marshmallows and the salad and the turkey and the stuffing. And this, if you
That's some dead food.
Yeah, it is. But it's amazing. And what do? We sit and stuff ourselves with it all day, and then the next day a sandwich. And,
Well, you want to go take a nap after you eat that type of food.
Right.
Right. And I would say, look, you could run around and play football on Thanksgiving instead of just laying down and watching it all.
Right.
Because
so
you have
your pants
the nutrients, you have the energy. None of that. Man, I'm learning all the tricks.
And you're from an Italian family? You'll know.
All right. Okay, so here's the thing. Plant enzymes, full spectrum. It'll break down any meal you eat. Okay? Any meal you eat. Broke down this pudding. Right? This pudding was thick and nasty. You can do this with other things, but pudding's a fun little demonstration. Okay, here's what's going to happen when you use it. You take one right when you're about to eat your cooked or processed meal. Anytime you eat a meal and it's food that's dead, you take one. Right? And what's going to happen is you're going to get more energy from your food. You'll probably become a little more regular because you're processing more. And, of course, when you're processing your food more, what do you think happens? Your stomach flattens out.
I've seen people using this and were not trying to lose weight, but did only because they were getting the nutrients and depleting what wasn't good in their body.
Everyone's body is different a little bit. We're the same, yet we're different.
Right.
And so I have different things going on in my body, than you do. And we start out at a young age, and our kids are starting out very deficient. Your nephew might, these kids are getting these things, these sicknesses, these issues at a very young age.
Well, what did you tell me the other day that one out of every...
Don't scare them. No,
okay.
Don't even go there. We'll scare people.
I want you to call me. Call me.
Oh, Jeannie, she'll tell you. The other thing in here, the enzymes broke this down, but the other thing that's in here are stabilized probiotics, little maintenance supply of friendly probiotics, friendly bacteria, right? And they come over, they're kind of sleeping. They're in like a cryogenic state until we put them in, we consume them, right? That whole thing. You want a little maintenance supply because that's the best way to take your probiotics, stabilize. You don't need to be refrigerated, okay? And you want friendly bacteria. Did you know that 70%, anyone get the flu out there? Know anyone that got the flu? Okay. Not this guy, all right? Because I'm just pounding. One of the reasons why is I'm making sure we have enough probiotics in our gut because 70% of our immune system lives in our gut.
Right.
I mean, that's amazing. Have you heard about a lot of brain things going on right now in this society?
A lot of fog and a lot of the
lots of things happening. And so, anxiety, depression, people doing some really wacky things out there. ADD, ADHD, ABCD, EFG, whatever. There's so much stuff. And look, good probiotics will help create these vitamin B right in our gut to feed our brain. Okay, that's important.
That's amazing.
Getting good nutrients and vitamin B or whatever from our food, the best that we can to feed our brain. So they call the gut the other brain. And that's what they mean when they refer to the gut as the other brain. This isn't complicated. It's so simple. People just we don't know this information. And by the way, this didn't just fall out of the sky. This enzyme, these plant enzyme, the research or whatever, it's been out there since like the 1930s. It's just been one of those things that no one understood or talked about.
Right.
Kind of got pushed away in the corner. Right. It's just, it's crazy. I'm reading a set of the posts and so important to boost your immune system. Tyler's saying, David is talking about the pain. He lost weight. And just find out what it can do for you when you eat.
Right.
You look like me. I like you folks.
I had to really read
what's
going on there.
Look at that. All right.
Again, this was just something I really thought you had to see because sometimes I'm not good at explaining things, but you had a visual here, first of all. But secondly, I thought a lot of times that I was eating healthy and getting the nutrients out of what I'm eating. However, I'm cooking my lamb, I'm cooking steak, I'm cooking, things that I thought were that I love. Mm-hmm. And whatever nutritional value it had to offer me, I wasn't getting it because I cooked it. And I didn't realize that. So,
well, look,
how's your
the apple's amazing. I lost my mom to colon cancer.
Uh-huh.
And I remember she wasn't processing her food. I remember as a kid, as a big family, youngest of 8 kids, my mom would be in the restroom a lot. And because she may have been trying to hide from all the kids. That's a possibility. But I think it was, I know it. She couldn't go to the bathroom.
Oh.
And pooping is good. Pooping's amazing. And she was constipated. See, when you don't break your food down, and yes, enzymes are going to get you all the vitamins, minerals, all the nutrients. Mm-hmm. But when you don't break it down, guess what happens? Like in my mom's case, it rots. It putrefies. Mm-hmm. It's going to go somewhere. It's going to rear its ugly head somewhere at some point. And you want plant enzymes, okay? You don't want what they call animal or pancreatic enzymes. That's what's mostly out there. Okay. Right?
Well, that's the whole thing I want you to call me about because I can explain to you
and
what to look for.
I think you're becoming like an expert in this stuff.
I'm going to get my MD.
You're an expert. So wait, you talked a lot about some food you were cooking and eating, but
see now
fresh food. Do you eat much fresh food?
I don't. I don't. So
You're not alone.
I'm going to tell you something.
You're not alone.
I thought that I had a little something on my leg. I got psoriasis. It flipped me out. I got diverticulitis. I have. There's so many things that I can get rid of because of taking care of my gut, which I just never knew this before. It's not new. Like Sean said, it's not new. This has been around since the 1930s. It's just it's being brought to people's attention. So everybody's talking about pro and prebiotics and all of that. Well, but you really got to know.
Let's talk about that for a second. Am I being rude by eating my apple? It's so delicious.
Go right ahead.
All right. Okay. Listen, what were we just talking about?
Antibiotics, prebiotics, and all of that.
Probiotics, pro for life. Antibiotics, against life. Anti. Right? And my wife, who's amazing, who does so much research, she's been, doing this for about 20 years. That's why I know what I know. She's been, teaching doctors and athletes and celebrities, and that's really how this whole thing started for me on my journey. And we don't know this stuff, right? I mean, we just don't. She was telling me not too long ago that now the latest research is showing them that when you go in and get your antibiotics,
right?
It does, to go in and wipe out whatever you're dealing with, great. But did you know it takes up to 2 years to rebuild your good, friendly bacteria that you just wiped out?
So it's not eating a piece. It's not eating a yogurt.
Up to 2 years. No. And I don't want to get too focused on just the probiotics because this is what we did to demonstrate that this pudding broke down in a matter of seconds. That was the enzymes that did this. Right? That's what did it. It wasn't the probiotics. That's the other side.
I see somebody asking why plant enzymes.
Okay, let me pour this back. I just like playing with this. It's starting to spill.
Making a mess. We're gonna get kicked out.
All right, let's kick us out here. Why plant enzymes? Because animal enzymes are funky. They tend to mimic. Our perspective is animal or pancreatic enzymes. It's not that they can't work in such a way that they could help. They could help, but they're mimicking, in our opinion, the pancreas. That's one version. We don't want to, we don't want to mimic. We don't want to do things that aren't of nature. We always want to stick to nature. And you know where they get those animal enzymes?
From plants.
Nope. The animal enzymes
from their.
So they suck those. They suck those out of the pigs or sheep or cattle or horses or whatever in the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, that's gross.
You think you want that in your body? You sure you're not craving that?
No.
No. Our body knows. Our body sticks to nature. Right? You've gotta stay with nature. We've gotten so far away from nature. That's all. And so we want to make sure people are getting the nutrients from the food when they're eating it. So someone's asking about. Okay, so here's
that's something to call me about. That's too long to get into. Right? You come with me tonight.
You could call. So here's the thing. Probiotics are friendly bacteria, and there's several different types of probiotics. You want multiple strains of probiotics. You can't, like you said, you can't just get one strain out of a yogurt or what have you. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure that there's all different types of strains, friendly bacteria. And again, not to, Amy, we can talk offline, but we're really focusing on the plant enzyme. So what we've done, look, my wife and I have been traveling and speaking and teaching this. My wife for about 20 years. I'm 5 years or so behind her. And we make products for doctors, for companies. We were in the retail space. We were in stores like Whole Foods or vitamin shops, right? We were in thousands of stores, and bottles can't talk. You kind of lose that education. But yeah, it's. I don't want to get too in the detail of all of the different things, but we could certainly talk, Amy, offline. And I'm actually I don't know where you live, Amy, but I'm in Florida.
So she.
Oh, you're in Florida. Okay, cool.
Maybe she could come with.
So I'm going to be here today. I'm just through tonight. We're doing an event in West Palm.
Yep. In
West Palm Beach. We're going to teach some things tonight and show you what, when, where, why, and how, and all the good stuff. And basically, what we are doing is we want to educate. We've been doing this a long time, whether we travel and we speak to an autism organization, a cancer organization, a school, the NBA, NBA players, NFL players, or professional sports teams, assisted living homes. Right. What happens towards the end of life now? What are the elderly living? I'm
not going to say towards the end. I just turned 59 and I'm drinking insurance.
Oh, man. Am I glad we got you? Okay. Am I glad we got you quickly? So it's so good that when you take these with your food, it's gonna work on your food, right? That you just ate. Right. Tylene's asking me, reminding me, what do you do when you're on an empty stomach? It's gonna go through your body, kind of like the old Pac-Man game. How to do it? And it cleans up stuff floating around in your body, your blood, undigested stuff.
To take this without food?
You could take it both. Take it every time you eat. Look, it's really simple. You take it when you eat anything cooked or processed, okay? Mm-hmm. Because you want to stop, kind of like Tylene says, stop the madness. Quit adding to the damage.
Right.
Okay, if you take it systemically, in between, it's going to go in and clean up what already has been going on. The previous damage that has happened. Okay. And so, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. It's just a good visual to show. But come join us in West Palm. And whoever's in Florida, I've been on the road now for a couple of weeks, and first time and I we were out in California for a few weeks, Southern California, and then we were back in Arizona, and then I've been on the road to Dallas, and then we were into Orlando for a few days, Dallas a few days, and now we've been out here on the East Coast. My last day, I finally get to go see my wife and family and 7 grandkids, so I'm super excited about that. And there's just so much. There's just so much to share. It'll be standing room only, so let Jeannie know tonight if you want to come hear what we do and how and why and share more information. But we'd love to see you there. We're super excited that you joined us and you tuned in.
I want to say, Patty Hogle, thank you very much. First of all, just turned 59. And Amy and Kim Hubbs, I'm so glad you did get on this call. And you have my phone number. Give me a call, and I will talk to you more about how you can get these enzymes and learn more about them. But be warned, I am coming to Buffalo in the summer.
What?
And I might invite Sean and Tylene to come.
Buffalo. Wow.
In the summer, it's beautiful. It's great. It's fantastic.
Well, that sounds more like a deal out there.
Yeah. And so you could see and hear it live. I don't want to wait that long. If you have any type of inflammation, any type of arthritis, any type of stomach issues, something's not right with your gut. And this is something that I would love to talk to you about.
Well,
You can reach me on my mobile, 561-236-9959. You can reach me on my email, JF, as in Francis, you guys used to call me, JFLEMMO23@gmail.com. Or respond to this live video, and I could get back to you.
Look at Tylene saying she wants to go to Buffalo in the summer.
You're there, Tylene, and you're going to love my family.
So we'll bring the RV out there. We're going to go to Cape Cod.
Okay.
We're going to be in Cape Cod this summer. We're going to go do that. Okay, so listen. Message Jeannie, Karen Zagami, if you're friends with Karen or you know her. I saw her on the post here earlier. They'll let you know. 7:30 tonight in West Palm. Tyler's, that's any type of itis. That's absolutely right. But I also want to say this. This is really important. If you have issues, it is awesome. It is awesome. You will love it. We've done this, for many years. My wife's so amazing. Did you know? Someone sent me a video link of what she taught me 20 years ago. A video link of Dr. Oz from 2015, saying almost word for word what she taught me 20 years ago. It takes that long sometimes for information to get out there. And that's Dr. Oz, and he's pretty progressive. So you can see why she's trained hundreds of doctors and taught them specifically digestion, gut health, plant enzymes. And so she's just amazing. I miss her. Can you tell I miss her?
You'll see her.
But I always say she's amazing. Anyways, even when I'm with her, and everything I've learned, it's just because of her research. Last 20 years, she's several hours a day still. I don't know how she does it. It's her passion. The night I met her, she said she wanted to save the world. I thought it was kind of corny, but I really know what she meant now. So I get it. And so, but it's not just if you have issues. This is about prevention. We have to prevent the issues before they happen. Right. And
there's so many can, but I honestly, my age group of the kids we grew up with, that's when McDonald's became famous and Burger King. And when I think about our lunch menu, and I used to go around and take everybody's mashed potatoes because I love the mashed potatoes. When you think about the things that we have eaten all our lives and you don't think of how it's affected you until now, almost 60 years old, a year from 60, what's happening with my body? And this can all be prevented, especially I am thinking so much of my nieces and nephews who are now having children. And children can also work with this.
You know what? That's a great point. Have you ever seen a baby go from breast milk to, say, formula?
No, because I don't have any.
Have you seen any? Maybe on TV.
I don't make my family doesn't let me babysit.
Yeah, because you'll feed them.
That's right.
Make them D's. Okay, here's what happens. Oftentimes they get colic. They get very uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. These are safe for pregnant women. These are safe for infants. They're safe for everyone. Simply open up a capsule. Maybe try to just start with half, put in the baby's bottle, and watch the baby stop crying.
It's amazing.
So you just stop. They just stop.
It's stop the madness.
Stop. Hey, that's what Tylene said. Stop the madness. It's so silly. Because remember, here's the mystery. You don't know what you started with. Now we see kids getting all these, what people would say, older people issues. And by the way, you look amazing. Amazing. I'm right behind you age-wise. I'm going to be 54 in a couple months, so I might catch you. But here's the
deal. I have to be dead for you to catch you.
No! After puberty, by the time we're like, I don't know, close to, let's just call it around the age of 20 by that time. Every decade, we lose about 10% of our ability to digest an entire food group.
That's amazing. That's just crazy.
So, of course, why can't we? I mean, by the time our lifespan is going, and now
we put in our bodies.
But the problem is, where did we start?
Yeah,
that's the big mystery. We shouldn't have 6 and 7 and 8 year olds running around with arthritis.
No, I know. Crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Too, I know that women, young children, girls, 12, 11, 10, they're starting growing breasts and periods at that age now. They're actually advancing 5 or 6 years more than where they should have been.
It's all the poo. The food's not as good. The soil's not good to start with. So now the food is void of nutrients that it used to have.
Right.
Okay. And then the chemicals in the food, our bodies can't deal with it all. And then when we eat all this cooked and processed food, we don't cook. We don't eat enough fresh food.
No.
That's all as a society. No. So I encourage you to eat more fresh and living food. That will help you completely. So we so much appreciate you just taking a little time out of your world, your life. We're very grateful. I'm grateful for you, Jeannie, for just inviting me to do this with you.
I'm glad you could show, because it's so important, and I need someone to help me to get it out there, because it's just, I'm so concerned for so many people, and a lot of people don't like to listen to something that's kind of good for them, or just to change. Who moved my cheese? A lot of people don't like. Well, a lot of people, it's a book.
I read that book.
And a lot of people don't like change. However, there's some change that is so good for us.
Yeah.
And when you start feeling like Sean was saying, his wife's grandmother, 101 years old.
101, you guys.
Her hands were like this. They're now like this. And she has not one medication
for about 15 years. Charlene started stuffing her grandmother, whose hands did look like bird claws, right?
This is my brother Donnie. This is for you.
And now, she turned 101 2 months ago in December. A couple months ago, her hands are just like this. I think one pinky's like slightly bent, maybe.
But
it's normal.
That amazed me. She is on no medication at 101 years old. And she doesn't eat
fantastic either. You talk about changing habits.
Yeah.
She was willing to put enzymes in. Look, she says, give it to me. Give it to me, right? And but her food, she still wants to eat certain things. She's seen a lot in her life.
It's not like you have to change everything overnight. What you want to do is start small. Just start by taking the enzyme to get the digestion going in your body, so that you're starting to take the nutrients in. And when you start feeling good, instead of almost a hangover feeling of, oh God, I don't want to get out of bed, and I feel so lethargic, and I'm just
you're going to sleep better. You're going to feel better.
Right.
Hey, and here's the great news. My apple's turning brown.
Which people throw that out when it gets to
most, you guys, make sure your apples turn brown. Because if they're not, you don't want to be eating fake food. Yeah. It's all radiated and stuff. All right, we got to go.
Thank you so much. Anyone who has any questions, please instant message me, email me, call me. I don't know how you answer this, because I'm a virgin on these things
like a virgin.
So
how do you sing that?
Oh, you don't want me to sing.
Come on, let me hear it.
Anywho. I hope that
Anywho, is that an East Coast?
That was my mom's thing.
I love that. I love the East Coast stuff. Okay. I think I talk louder when I'm on the East Coast. I compete. I compete with everybody. I was just telling Eileen, use your West Coast voice, baby. Yeah. Just tone it down. But here, no one hear me.
Too excited.
No, I'm gonna go home.
I want to say something to everybody I grew up with in East Delavan, Buffalo, New York. Every single one of our yards, our aunts and uncles, our grandparents had a garden, and we had fresh salads, fresh tomatoes, fresh carrot, everything fresh. Right out, we go to the garden and get it. We don't do that anymore, and it's not that it's not available to us. We can all start that again. However, I really do hope that this is something that resonates in you, that you at least see that you want to know a little bit more. Again, I'm coming home in the summer, but I don't want you to wait that long, because there are issues in our body that we're not realizing are happening to us, and it's because of the nutrients we're not getting out of what we think we're eating good, and we're really not eating the best of everything. So, Sean, take it over, close out.
Close it up. Thank you again. Have an amazing day, an amazing weekend. Let us know if you want to see us tonight. Peace. We'll talk to you soon.